Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jack, coach of your one at Chihuahua Fits, bringing you our Week 8 battle versus Rodney and the Florida Feraligators. Um, Two things different about this week you may have noticed. One, I did not make a team builder video. I've just been pretty busy this week, and I did not really have the time to fit in a team builder video. So I do apologize for that for those of you guys who may enjoy those. And two, I am doing a post commentary. Um, During the battle, or during the only time really we could meet up, I was kind of out with friends at the moment. I just had brought my laptop with me and I was able to bring it out at the time, so I was not able to do a live commentary for this fight. I really regret not doing a live commentary for this fight for two reasons. One of the reasons I'm going to get to at the end of this video, because it could contain minor spoilers for those of you who have not seen the actual replay yet. But two, I think the reason I've been doing so well this season is because I've been doing the live commentary videos. Because I find when I do the live commentary, it forces me to think over my plays and my decisions a little bit more. Excuse me. And so I think that I have been playing a little bit better because I've been forced to kind of think aloud and kind of like do all that stuff for you guys, of course. And that forces me to just play a little bit more on top of my game. So I definitely felt like I was not playing well this match. One, possibly because I was not doing the live commentary, and two, because I was out with friends at the moment and I was playing a little bit distractedly. But that's just making excuses. Let's just go into the match. So in lieu of a team builder video, I'm just going to briefly go over what I brought this week. One, I brought a Speed Boost Life Orb Beyond Mega with Protect, Giga Drain, Bug Buzz, and Hidden Power Ice. Giga Drain specifically for the Swampert, as well as it also hits his other water types pretty effectively. HP Ice for the Noivern and the Landorus, both of which he did end up bringing, and Bug Buzz just for stab coverage. And then, of course, once I get to +2, I do outspeed the Mega Swampert in the rain and can OHKO it with a Giga Drain. Of course, it is getting to +2 that is the problem, because I basically have to get off a double protect or already have a speed boost up before the Swampert comes in. The next one I am bringing is an Agility Baton Pass Zapdos, also with Substitute and Discharge, just not to be taunt baited. Basically, my goal with this Zapdos is either to pass into Nidoking or into Blastoise, depending on which one I felt could put in the most work. Blastoise is running just enough speed to outspeed a timid Tapu Koko, his fastest Mon. And yeah, so basically Zapdos is here to try to pass some speed into a potential sweeper. Nidoking, Life Orb, Modest, max speed to make sure I can get the most out of the Agility pass, with Sludge Wave, Ice Beam, Focus Blast, and what is my last move? Thunderbolts. I'm not carrying the HP Grass this week for the Swampert, mostly because I'm relying on some other chip damage before I can pass into the sweep. A mix, more physically defensive Mew with some special defense investment as well, in order to take on stuff like the Landorus and the Kyurem B with Stealth Rocks, Soft Boiled Will-O-Wisp, and Psychic. Blastoise with max HP and just enough special defense investment to be able to live a Leaf Storm from a non-Life Orb superior, and then the rest modest max special attack. And my last mon is a Choice Scarf Shaman with Seed Flare, Giga Drain, Healing Wish, and Hidden Power Ice. So going into this match, looking at his team, I find that once Superior's out of the way, Shaman can kind of just wreck through his team, honestly. Obviously, I do have to switch in and out to switch between like my grass moves and HP Ice. But I feel like once Superior is down, Shaman can put in a lot of work. So I'm going to lead off here. Mega, or not my Mega, my Blastoise, and I decided to stay in here because the Superior could have been running Hidden Power Rock, and I really wanted to switch out into Yanmega, which would resist the Leaf Storm 4 times and would take it pretty well, and then be able to get a speed boost and threaten the Superior out with a Bug Buzz. However, I felt like Yanmega could put in a lot of work this match. Blastoise not so much, so I was more willing to risk my Blastoise than I was willing to risk my Yanmega. And like I said, I did have enough special defense investment in order to live a non-life orb Leaf Storm from a Superior. So I'm going to stay in. You do see I do live that, and I'm able to get off the Ice Beam and get some nice damage off on the Superior. Here, Blastoise is pretty low. It's not going to do much else, so I'm just going to second off and make sure I can get a free switch in to my Mega. Here, I'm going to get Protect just to make sure I get the speed boost as he predicted, and it goes out into a Tapu Koko. Very nice predict on his part. So here I can just go right onto the Shaman. Tapu Koko cannot do anything to Shaman. He does go over the Volt Switch here. That's a nice chunk. From that damage, I see he is not Specs. We do not see the Life Orb, so I see possibly Z. And he goes out into the Noivern here. You see I switch out here, I did the damage calcs, and Hidden Power Ice did 85 to 102%, so I could have knocked him out with an HP Ice, but the roll was not in my favor, and I was not willing to risk my Shaman, because as I mentioned before, it can put in a lot of work against this team. So expecting the Air Slash and the Hurricane, I switch out to Zapdos here. But he fires off a Draco Meteor, and by that damage, I do see he is Specs. And basically, this thwarts my Agility Baton Pass strategy, because looking at the rest of his teams, Zapdos isn't really going to get a chance to set up against another Mon. So I'm just going to stay in here, hope he goes for the, hope he stays in, or switches out, stay in and hope for the Draco Meteor miss, or hope that he decides to switch out. And I was going to go for the agility here, but as you see, he does connect the Draco Meteor, and my Zapdos goes down. So right off the bat, it is only turn 7, and I'm already down 4 to 6. This is not looking good for me. Here, I'll just go on a Mew because he is pretty low. I can just set up my Stealth Rocks. Here I did the damage calc, and the roll was in my favor to knock him out with a Psychic. It did about 35 to 42%. I had to go for the roll so I could not risk the superior setting up, and you see we are able to knock him out. That's right out of the way. And then comes the Landorus, and I really need to cripple this thing because it can threaten my Mega as well as my Nidoking. So I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp it. He goes for the knockoff. The other reason I stayed in is because I was fairly certain he was going to go for the knockoff, and none of my other Mons wanted to lose their items. Mega needs its Life Orb to ensure its KOs. Shaman needs his Choice Scarf, and Nidoking also needs his Life Orb. And I felt like Mew was the most expendable member of my team, so I just stayed in, go for the Will-O-Wisp, and get the knockoff off. He's going to go for the U-turn, which allows me to see what he can go into. What's lacking in the appropriate Mon. Here he goes into the Politoed, and I was doing a bunch of damage calcs. Basically, the only Mon that could come in on Politoed was Shaman and go for a Seed Flare. However, Seed Flare gives him a pretty free switch into Noivern. And even if I do get the special defense off, and after Rock's damage, Noivern can live 2 Seed Flares. And I just did not have any good switch-ins to it, so I'm going to go in here, try to get some chip damage off. I do see that he is a Choice Scarf, probably be able to knock me out with a Scald, which is awful, honestly, because I have 2 Mons left and he has 5 Mons. However, I know I am not out of the race. I need to keep Shaman healthy, because once Noivern is down, I can sweep with Giga Drain and or Seed Flare. So I go into Shaman here. I see he is locked into Scald, and I'm just gonna go for a Giga Drain here. Done into Noivern, then I can go out to Mega. He goes into Landorus, and here I made a long time making my decision. So I could have gone for another Giga Drain and knocked out the Landorus. However, that would have given his Noivern a free switch in, which I could not afford to do. And noticing its Landorus is burned, as long as he doesn't go for his Stone Edge, Mega should be able to come in on the Landorus pretty freely. I decided to make a double out into here. As you see, he does set up the Stealth Rock, so Mega gets a nice free switch in, which is exactly what I needed. As you see, he goes out into Swampert as I go for the Hidden Power Ice. Damage to him, and here the rain ends. I get the Speed Boost, so now I am going to be able to knock out with the Giga Drain, get that threat out of the way. Further opens up Sweep. Taking 1 Ice Punch as long as I was at health, but if Shaman did get it weakened down a little bit, Ice Punch would have been able to take me out. So here he's out in Polytoad. I see the Ice Beam coming. However, I'm going to make this switch into Shaman because I know I can take the Ice Beam and be able to kill it pretty nicely. So I make go out in Shaman. He goes for the Ice Beam. He gets the freeze, which at this point I am just freaking out because the freeze honestly destroys everything because Shaman is 100% my win condition and now it is frozen. I cannot afford to go out into Yamega because it will take 50% from the Stealth Rocks and it will be knocked out from the Ice Beam, even though that would give me my natural cure and I would be able to come in unfrozen after that. I do need the Yanmega to switch out into later on to be able to switch up my moves because I am choice locked. So here I'm going to stay in and just cross my fingers that I do thaw out. I thaw out turn 1. I'm able to get a Giga Drain off and just not kill the Polytoad. But doesn't do anything. It gives me back up so I can live another Ice Beam and I get frozen again. And at this point I am so irritated, guys. That's 2 Ice Beam freezes. I did unfreeze turn 1. Which was fortunate in my favor, but I got another freeze, and as you guys are going to see here, I stay frozen. He's able to knock me out with an Ice Beam, and then I 100% cannot not kill a Tapu Koko full. So I am going to be able to knock out this Polytoad here. I protected here to get the speed boost to make sure I can outspeed the Polytoad afterwards because we do need a Scarf, the Giga Drain. Here he's going to go on to Tapu Koko. Like I mentioned before, I am not able to knock him out for power or anything like that. Here I'm going to go for the Protect just to scout on Hope, Feign Hope. But the Brave Bird and my Giga Drain is not going to be able to knock him out. It's going to be able to knock me out with the Brave Bird. That was a max rule Giga Drain, which was nice, but too little too late, and I do lose this match. So we do lose, unfortunately, our win streak. We are no longer undefeated this season. Like I mentioned before, it may just be making excuses, but I think I played extremely poorly, both because I was not doing the live commentary, I was not thinking aloud, and because I was playing rather distractedly, but that is my own fault. Rodney definitely played extremely well. He prepped really well. The Noivern was definitely more of a threat than I thought it was, as well as the Superior. I did not plan appropriately for these two. And also, I know now what happens when I go more hyper offense. I do not do very well, so I should probably stick to my bulky offense with Licky and Doublade. But yeah, that's our week 7. I did say that there are 2 reasons why I wish I did live commentary. One, because it forced me to play better, and because I was just freaking out, and it would have been, especially when those freezes came along, and it would have made for good live commentary. But yeah, that's that. We are still in the finals. We do have a 7-1 win-loss ratio, so our final spot is still locked in, even if we do end up losing these next 2 matches. But it would have been nice to get an undefeated season. But it is what it is. We still have 2 weeks to redeem ourselves, and of course, the finals are coming along soon. I'll see you next time, guys, and thanks for watching.